today we're talking about a topic that is deeply personal for so many of us and one that causes immense silent suffering. It's called codependency and the absolute struggle to set boundaries. Do you feel like your worth is tied to how much you do for others? Do you attract partners who are constantly needy or friends who drain your energy? Every time you try to say no, do you feel a wave of guilt or panic? If that sounds like you, it's not a moral failing. This pattern is a cosmic contract, and it is written directly into your birth chart. In Vedic astrology, this issue is governed by the planet of love, value, and harmony, which is known as Venus, Shukra, and the 7th house of partnership. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why your chart makes you vulnerable, and most importantly, the 3 most powerful Vedic remedies to shift from a victim of codependency to a master of conscious, balanced relationships. So let's dive into the astrological blueprint of your boundaries. So let's talk about the planetary culprit. Like I said, it's Venus and your self-worth. So when we talk about relationship health, we must start with Venus. Venus governs your sense of beauty, luxury, pleasure, and value. When Venus is strong and well-placed, you instinctively know your worth. You're a natural giver, but you're also a powerful receiver. You expect balance. But when Venus is weak, challenged, or afflicted in your chart, it creates 2 major problems that lead straight to codependency. A compromised sense of value is the first one. A weak Venus struggles to see its own intrinsic worth. To compensate, you look for value outside yourself, usually by earning love through service, sacrifice, or people-pleasing. You literally try to pay for love with your energy and time. The second is the overgiving trap. Venus is the planet of exchange and harmony. When it's struggling, the harmonious balance is broken. You become an imbalanced giver, pouring 100% of your energy into a relationship that is only giving you, say, 10% back. This builds silent resentment, which is the secret killer of all codependent relationships. Now, let's look at the specific astrological indicators of a weak Venus in your chart. First one is Venus in debilitation, which is in the sign of Virgo. Venus is debilitated in Virgo. This is Venus, the planet of flowing love, forced into the sign of analysis and critique. These individuals tend to be hypercritical of their partners, or more commonly, hypercritical of themselves in relationships. This critical inner voice drives the need for perfection and validation. The second one, Venus afflicted by Rahu. This is a huge marker for codependency. Rahu is the planet of obsession and craving. When Rahu touches Venus, it creates an obsessive desire for a specific type of love or partner. You mistake this intense craving for true love, leading you into relationships that consume you completely. Now let's talk about the second part of this video, which is the 7th house and the karmic partnership. Your 7th house is the mirror. It's the house directly opposite your lagna or your ascendant, as I've mentioned in several of my videos. So while the first house is the house of self, the 7th house is the house of the partner, or you can say other, your life partner, your business partner, and all significant one-on-one relationships. When you have afflictions here, your relationship patterns become karmic lessons that you must learn to overcome. So here are the most challenging placements that create boundary issues. Having malefics in the 7th house, such as Saturn, Mars, Rahu, Ketu. What does Saturn do in the 7th house? This placement makes relationships feel like heavy work or duty. The codependent person with Saturn here feels the relationship is a sacred burden they must carry, often leading to marrying late or staying in a demanding relationship out of a false sense of obligation. Now let's talk about Ketu in the 7th house. Ketu is detachment. It can create relationships that feel karmically heavy, like you've been here before. It often leads to partners who are unavailable, detached, or who you feel you must save in some way, repeating that pattern of sacrifice. Let's talk about the afflicted 7th lord. If the ruler of your 7th house is sitting in a difficult house, like it went to sit in the 6th house or 8th house or 12th house, these are the Sthana homes. Now your relationships are constantly plagued by debt, instability, or loss. This forces you to cling tighter, reinforcing the codependent fear of abandonment again. The takeaway here is that these placements are not curses. They are your soul's syllabus. They're forcing you to learn the ultimate Venusian lesson, which is true love starts with self-love and balance is non-negotiable. Now let's talk about the Vedic solution, also known as upayas, for boundaries and your self-worth. So healing your Venus and your 7th house isn't about finding a better partner, okay? It's about becoming a better partner to yourself. We use targeted Vedic remedies to strengthen your Venus and purify the 7th house energy. Let's talk about the first remedy. It's called the Venusian self-worth remedy, healing your own Shukra. The pause and prioritize rule. Venus is often damaged by haste. When someone asks you for something, never give an immediate yes. Pause for 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, does this request honor my energy? If not, practice the phrase, I need to check my schedule and I'll get back to you. This simple action places your time and your value above external demands. Embrace white and silver. Venus loves purity, light, and refinement. Wearing white or cream-colored clothing or wearing a small piece of silver jewelry, especially a ring on your index or middle finger, strengthens the Venusian aura. You're literally wearing your value. This just reminds you that you've got to be true to yourself. Maybe that's why you may want to wear it. The next one is you can do meditation. You can chant one of the mantras if you like, if that helps you in sitting properly to doing meditation. The vibration that's created during the meditation helps you internally align with the qualities of balance, ease, and attraction rather than chasing. Now let's talk about the 7th house boundary remedies. How do we heal these partnerships? Now, an afflicted 7th house is a lot of energy focused on one person. To distribute that energy and create separation, not from your partner, you must pour your passion into a creative hobby. This is a dedicated time, say 2 hours a week minimum, for art, music, writing, or cooking, done just for your own pleasure. This gives Venus a separate channel to express its beauty and balance. So what does all this mean? It means we are going to be reclaiming your soul contract. Codependency is simply a cry for self-love. But let's look at the highest spiritual lesson here. Your partner is not a random person. They are a karmic assignment. The specific pain, the power struggles, and the boundary issues that you face are a key part of your soul contract. Your soul chose this difficult chart placement and this relationship dynamic to force you to learn one crucial lesson, which is that your worth is intrinsic. It's not earned through sacrifice. The relationship, however painful it may be, is a mirror. It's showing you where you gave your power away in a past life, or where your Venusian value became corrupted by the need for external approval. So when you use the remedies, the upais that we discussed, by pausing, by valuing your time, and creating your own separate pleasure, you're not just setting a boundary in this life. You're fulfilling a karmic debt. You're telling the universe, I have learned the lesson of self-sovereignty. This is how you shift from codependency to conscious partnership. You become whole, and only then can you attract another whole person, creating a harmonious Venusian connection that elevates both of your soul journey. So I want you to take action today. My assignment for you is write down 3 things that you refuse to compromise on this week. 3 boundaries that you will hold. Then tell me in the comments, which of the 3 Venusian self-worth remedies are you starting right now? By taking action, you begin rewriting your soul contract immediately. So, if this video resonated with you, I would appreciate if you share it with other people. Knowledge is meant to be shared, and that's what I'm doing for you. And if you'd like to take a look at your own chart, definitely connect with us through the link in the About section. And as always, hit subscribe, hit like, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of these amazing videos that can change your life. And thank you, as always, for watching, and thank yourself for watching. Until next time.